Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. How are you, Scorpios? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I got just a couple of decks that I'm going to use this week, and we're going to get these energies down for the week ahead energy, the overall energy, of course, and then we're going to look at some tarot for you. Scorpio, how's it been going? How has it been going for you? I hope you're well, and if you are brand new and you've never been here before, Scorpio, welcome here. And if you are someone who has been here before, I thank you for coming back. Thanks for the thumbs up. It does help with growing this tribe. Okay, well, the cards are telling me to shut up, so let's get it going. Cards are here. We've got the Tower that is showing up here. The Tower is different in Lenormand than it is in the tarot. So this Tower is a place of... as a place where you're going to get the very clearest view of everything that's going on here. So we see a building that's very tall. Being at the top of the building, you can see things from the top down. So it feels like somebody here is going to get a very clear view of something in the week ahead. By the way, the week ahead, as I'm reading this week on Friday, we are getting that full moon in Virgo, which is this very big change that's coming here in the month of March, and it's going to be for everybody, of course, but it is a full moon eclipse in Virgo. So this is if you're here real time, this is an energy that is going to be for the week after that. So this is sort of, we're seeing the fallout now, I'm going to say, of whatever has come to an end, whatever has been released, whatever is being changed. So I feel like you're seeing things really clearly, is what I want to say. So for some of you, this could mean institution. It could mean that you are belonging to a large corporation. But it feels like you're seeing something for what it really is now. There's no more questions. The sun has come up, and I feel like you feel once you've seen all the things that you need to see, it feels like it's time to move on, because we do have the Six of Spades in the bottom right-hand corner, which is the Six of Swords. So I feel like there is some clarity that's coming here that is going to cause you to move on or move forward here. Yes, it feels like you now realize, Scorpio, that you have to watch your back. That's what it looks like. That you didn't realize that there were so many things behind you that you didn't see. It feels like with this card number 14, which is Temperance energy, it feels like you're just going to let it be what it is. It feels like with Temperance being the healing energy, being the energy of balance, but also a moment of alchemy, it feels like you're realizing that I don't want to be in this place anymore where I have to keep looking over my shoulder. Bottom of the right-hand corner of this card is the Nine of Clubs, which is the Nine of Wands. And so I feel like you get out of this building, this institution, this corporation, whatever this big building is here. Once you get to the top, it's like you got to the top of the ladder or the top of the food chain, and you looked around you and you thought, I don't want to be part of this at all. So I don't know what this situation is. It could be work. It could be family. It could be a group of people or people that you would consider to be your friends or a soul tribe. We do have this well here, and this is sort of reminiscent or indicative of the Venus energy that is going on. So Venus being in retrograde in Aries energy, it's bringing things up from the bottom up, and we're seeing things, everything for what they are. So I feel like that you start to look around you and say, you know what, I don't even want to be associated with this group of people anymore, no matter if this is a work group or a group of people who you would have called your friends. It feels like every man for himself, and I feel like you see this for what it is. It feels like now that you see it for what it is, now you realize you need to watch your back. You need to look over your shoulder. It's like you didn't realize you were the wounded warrior, but I think you may have been. It feels like some deep, dark secrets come up from the bottom, and I feel like the sun, we've got the sun shining here. We've also got the sun shining here, right? It feels like the sun is now shining through whatever is coming up from the depths of the well, whatever had been hiding. And I think you're feeling in a little bit of lack, card number 41. Look, we do have synchronicities. You might have been seeing these synchronicities for a while. It doesn't have to be ones and fours. It could be ones and threes. It could be other numbers. But I feel like you've been getting synchronicities or signs, and maybe you thought it was for something else. For those of you who are very focused on love, maybe you thought those signs and synchronicities were about love. For those who wanted to buy a new car, maybe you thought it was a synchronicity about a new car. But I think that it is, the signs and synchronicities were, get the hell out of there. I think that's what it was. But I feel like this was what was going on. It's like, but I've bought a house. Like I'm trying to keep myself stable. It feels like with this number 4 here is like you finally became an emperor. You are somebody who's feminine or masculine. It feels like you got to the upper echelons of a corporation, or people start to have more respect for you, and you start to look around you and say, is this what this means? Do I really have to be this kind of jerk in order to be able to hang out with the upper echelons? Like it feels like you start to really see people, things, spaces, situations, jobs. You start to see what's really going on around you. You've got some clarity. Tell me more about Scorpio here. Tell me more about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. We have denial. Oh my gosh, really? Scorpio, it feels like you were in denial. It's like you were chasing the dream that everybody around you was chasing, right? So maybe you start at the ground level as the associate, and then you get to be the manager, and then you get to be the upper manager, and then you get to be the manager's manager. You know what I mean? Like it feels like you were, it says failure to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles and addictions. I feel like you didn't realize you were in some sort of an unhealthy cycle, and that you were just sort of, you know, climbing the ladder of success or climbing the ladder of friendship or trying to get in the good graces of somebody by doing the things that you were supposed to do. And I think that when the sun comes out, you realize that you were in denial. That when you look around you, it feels like you didn't want to be there in the first place, that you're not the same kind of person that they are. I feel like you're very different from them. And then all of a sudden it starts to cause stress. So it says here, cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments. So maybe you start to back out of, you know what, I don't think I can come to that dinner, Jen. I don't think I can come to that thing that you're doing for work. I don't think I could come to that work get together. I think you start sort of backing away and clearing your schedule, cleansing and detoxifying from unnecessary commitments. We've got rest, because I feel like you just need to think about it, man. I think it's sort of shocking. It feels like it's a little bit shocking. And so I feel like this is what's going to happen for you coming into the post eclipse energy. Now, I do know that eclipse energy lingers. I don't know for how long. I'm not an astrologer. Find your favorite astrologer. So it's not bad enough, hard enough that it's going to be a full moon, which is the release of something, but an eclipse is going to change the way you see things. It's going to change things without your sign off, right? Without you saying, okay, show me the things that are changing. It's just going to change. So I feel like you were in denial about something here. Could even be a relationship for some of you. But I'm getting more of a group feeling. A group of, I've been climbing this social ladder, or I've been climbing this corporate ladder. It feels like you've been doing all the things that you're supposed to do in order to get to the highest place. But once you got to the highest place, you're like, oh, bruh, really? Is that what it means I've got to be? Because I feel it with that card number 19, it's not only the sun, but 1 and 9 is a 10. It's the new beginning of something. It's the beginning of your eyes opening and you wanting to get the heck out of there with the 6 of Swords energy. I got to get out of this chaos. I don't really want to be here. I think that what kept you moving in that direction was maybe you had some self-limiting beliefs. It says negative thoughts are creating roadblocks in your life. So maybe you were in this energy of having some self-limiting beliefs, and maybe if you accomplished a certain thing, made a certain amount of money, gotten a certain tax bracket, gotten a certain group of people, maybe they were elitists or socialites, it feels like that you had these self-limiting beliefs, and that's what propelled you forward to here. But once you got there, I think you realized that wasn't really what you wanted. All right, got a new deck. New deck alert. We've got this deck here, which is really beautiful. It's called the Wild Reflections deck, and it's by Yspell, and the energies are really beautiful. And so when I get a new deck, I always use a lot just so I can get the energies, and so that's what I'm doing this week. Let's find out what's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. One more time. Tell me about Scorpio. Scorpio, if you're interested in a private read, don't forget they're open, right? Go to the pinned comment if you're interested in finding anything out about your own energy. Remember, this is a general reading, right? Tell me about Scorpio. What else do we need to know about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Tell me about Scorpio. We've got the 3 of Cups. We've got the King of Swords. Yikes. Look, I feel like there's some great clarity going on here. Yeah. And then we have the Queen of Wands. The Three of Cups being under denial tells me that maybe you get to this place and you realize that all they do is drink and party. That's all they do. Like, they don't stay at home. They don't take care of their families. They're never with their families, never with the people that love them. But they have to be out there being socialites. So it's about the drinks and the food that's flowing here. And maybe these people go to a lot of parties, maybe exclusive parties, if you know what I mean, right? The King of Swords is here. And so I feel like it's stressing you out because I feel this is your energy. It feels like at the center of the reading, you're stressing out because the King of Swords does nothing but speaks the truth, right? Looks at all the facts, weighs all the information, and then makes the best decision for everyone involved. So I think what is stressing you out here is you start backing out of things here. Invitations, possibly, because the King of Swords is here. It's like, I'm just trying to keep my mouth shut, is what I'm trying to do. Because if I go into that group of people, I'm just going to start speaking my truth, and that's going to be that. So I feel like you're going to opt to stay at home or at the home front here. It feels like you're going to take an independent point of view. I'm going to say the Queen of Wands is here. You're going to take an independent point of view. I'm looking at all the cattle in the background, and it almost feels like the home front is what it feels like. You're going to stay at the home front here. It feels like you need to rest. It says, listen to your body, mentally and physically unwind. I feel like this is a shock to the system. You're seeing something for what it really is, and it's a big shock to the system. We have then the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Page of Cups, and we have the Nine of Wands. Right, and then we have the Four of Swords here. So it does look like you feel like you've lost your way. It feels like this Knight of Pentacles energy feels like, I got to get off the horse for a second and look at this map. Where was I going? What was my intention? What was the ultimate goal of where I was trying to get to? And I feel like you need more clarity about the path that you're on. Whatever that path is. It could be a path to marriage. It could be a path to relationship, a path to, maybe getting into the corporate elite or getting into the social elite. It feels like this Page of Cups here is an energy of shock. Like, I'm kind of shocked. I didn't think that this is what was going on. So it does feel like with the Queen of Wands here that you're apt to be independent, an independent thinker, right? The Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. You're an independent thinker, Scorpio. You're not like anybody else. And I feel like that you are kind of shocked that this is where your path has led you. So we do have the Nine of Wands. It feels like you're at the edge of making change or taking action on something, but it also feels like you feel sort of a little bit deflated because I've put so much time and energy and effort and actions into carrying everyone else's crap around on my shoulders in order to get in on the good, to get in good on this group here. And I don't feel like it's not a sell your soul kind of thing. It could even be like you get to a place in your job and you're like, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize that it was going to be that these people were so harsh, that they were unfeeling, that maybe they were sort of head over heart, that they just look at the employees at the place as just numbers. I'm just going to cut number 6 and number 8. Like it feels like this King of Swords energy is telling me that you decide to really look at and have clarity of what's going on, because I think you're a little bit in shock here. You might be keeping to yourself just a little bit here until you can make a decision about what you're supposed to do next. Yeah, I think you're going to keep to yourself with the Four of Cups. It feels like here. And the Seven of Swords. You don't know what to make of it. Who's the liar and who's not? Yeah. This energy here. And I'm also looking at depictions, right? Not just what the cards mean. So, it's like, now I have to, who can I trust? I don't know who I can trust. There could be somebody standing around the corner here, ready to take a shot at me. It feels like it's a bit ruthless, is what it feels like. So I feel like you become the King of Swords. Look, the King of Swords is on the throne. So I feel like you have gotten an upgrade, or you have some sort of new respect in your friend group or your social group. People are seeing you as someone who is like a public speaker, speaks out loud, the one who's willing to say things and only speak the truth. And I feel like that's who you really are. But I feel like not everyone around you is like that. Find out what else is going on here. Tell me about this King of Swords, because I feel like this King of Swords is stressed out. You could have an air energy placement in your big three, but you don't have to. Look, I'm also reading the energies of the cards, not just people, right? So this could be your energy with this King of Swords energy here. We've got the Emperor. Yes, that's the thing. That's what I was saying. I think you've become the Emperor and you didn't realize. You didn't realize. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. You didn't realize. We've got the Page of Pentacles, that this new beginning was going to be so stressful. It's like, you know, they have those, I used to work in the hotel industry. I was in the hotel industry for quite a long time, and there are certain floors that would be locked off for, you know, for corporate events, or people who would have a corporate event, and then those rooms would only be used by the corporate people. And it feels like you finally got to the top floor. You finally got to the top floor, and now you're like, what is this? Tell me about the Page of Pentacles, please. Okay. We've got the Moon energy, we've got the Five of Swords, and we've got the Nine of Cups. Just going to take them all because I don't like to give the blessings back. So we have the Emperor and we have the Page of Pentacles. It does feel like here that this is a new job for you, or you've finally gotten the upgrade, or you finally got to the top floor, or they're finally letting you on to the locked floor. You finally got the key fob, and now you belong to the Cool Kids Club, and then the Moon shows up. Yeah. The Moon shows up with the Five of Swords, and you're like, I don't know what to make of this. They made it look like it was supposed to be the best thing ever. It was supposed to be the best relationship, the best job, the best group that I was in. And now I don't know what to make of it. Should I release it? The full moon is here. Should I release it? The Five of Swords is here. There's a lot of backbiting and fighting and undisciplined people with undisciplined thoughts. And it feels like it's a lot of arguments and fighting. And it feels like it's a lot of head over heart stuff going on, like a lot of harsh conversations, possibly a lot of harsh feelings. It feels like you're struggling. Like it feels like with the Five of Swords and the Moon energy, you're struggling with yourself inside. Should I release this or not? Because I feel like it really has an impact on the Nine of Cups for you. You thought you were going to be, you thought that finally getting the key fob, getting on that floor, getting into that group, finally getting into the club, you thought that it was going to be the happiest place ever. And it's just not. That's not what it's about at all. They make it look like that with the Three of Cups. They make it look like that so everybody on the outside wants to be part of the club. But I feel like you feel at some point like I didn't realize I was losing my way. Nobody told me what was going on here. It looked one way, and you know the moon's here. It looked one way, and now it's actually another way, and the devil shows up, right? And now I'm sort of chained to it. I said yes to the position. I said yes to the group. I said yes to the social engagement, and now I am sort of chained to it. I don't know if there's any way that I can back out of it, but I feel like I'm on the wrong road or in the wrong place. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Sun energy. Yeah. So it feels like the sun is here, and it feels like everything has been illuminated and you can see everything for what it is. And now you see that you're working with a people full of, like a room full of people who are the Knight of Wands, people who are on shaky ground, people who are taking risks with their life. They're taking risks with, the devil energies here. It's, the devil energy with the King of Wands is a bit of a perversion. Like it feels like it's like we're doing things that are underhanded. We're doing things, the reason that we're all on the highest level of the building, or that you need the key fob because we're keeping secrets. It feels like some sort of order of people who use different handshakes, and like it feels like that. It feels like really weird, and you're like, now I can see it, and now I feel sort of chained to it because I said yes to it. Tell me about this Page of Cups. I think it's a big shock to the system here. I want to say that I feel that you are ready to speak up and move forward, but it feels like it's first you've got to how do you say, digest it. It's a big shock to the system here. We've got the Hermit energy. You just want to get out of there. We've got the Ten of Wands. Yes, because you've got lots of burdens all of a sudden you're carrying. Burdens and secrets right? Because the devil is that. The devil and the Knight of Wands might be in cahoots, and maybe they're keeping secrets. Maybe it's an order of people who cheat on their spouses and nobody's supposed to say anything. And now that you're in the cool kids club, we swear you to silence and you're not allowed to say anything. Maybe it's not as dramatic as that, but I'm sort of giving a metaphorical sort of situation. So we have the Hermit and the Ten of Wands. And so it feels like you're like, I got to get out of here because I need to figure out within me what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? I need to go over the details and figure out where my light is. Am I okay with this? Am I not okay with this? Like, am I supposed to keep the job and not say anything? Is there any way that I can keep the job, keep the social status without really getting myself involved in this? I really think that you start looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, am I one of these people or am I not? Because I feel like in the Hermit energy, that's what you take into the Hermit energy is the Ten of Wands. Something here is weighing really heavy on your mind. And it feels like you've now got yourself in a place where you are trapped. You're trapped in the mind for sure. You can't make a decision. Tell me about the Nine of Wands here. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. Got the Ace of Cups, Ten of Swords, and we've got the Star. You're going to do the right thing. I think you're going to do the right thing, Scorpio, because that's who you are. I feel like, I don't know about you, but I haven't really met a Scorpio who ultimately down deep underneath wouldn't do the right thing. And I feel like that's what you're going to do. The Ace of Cups is here. Like, look at that prize. Like, it really feels like it's a job that pays really well, or it's got a lot of attention. That maybe you are somebody who's looked at as the head of a corporation, or you're a person they send out to be the face of the company. You're maybe a public speaker, or like it feels like a very prestigious sort of position that you're being put in here, whether it's in a job, a relationship, or a friendship group. And it feels like, this is what it is. You're like, I finally found the pearl. I finally found the pearl, and now I can't do it. I can't do it. The Ten of Swords is here. It's like there's too much pain involved here. Keeping these secrets is going to torture my mind. I can't do that. I've got to be here because you're the person who's in this Hermit energy. You're the person who's in the shamanic energy. You're in the healing energy. You're the person who does rituals, person who is spiritual. And you're like, I can't do this. Tell me what the outcome is. It feels like you're going to try and heal the self and maybe bring it to an end, back away slowly, possibly. I mean, some of you won't. Some of you will just go ahead with it. And it's nor here nor there. I mean, whether you want to or not. But it feels like it makes you uncomfortable, and you're going to stay with it until you can figure out what you're going to do next. Because I feel like you're stuck there. Like you can't make a decision about what you're going to do next because maybe you just bought this new house. Maybe you just finally got this, maybe a house came along with it, or maybe you finally got this job and now you can buy the big house. And now you've got yourself into a place where you're kind of stuck. Tell me what the outcome is, please. We've got the Seven of Cups. We've got the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So that's what it is. It feels like it could be corporate for some of you. And it could be that you were ready to get into this position to make a lot of money, to set up a legacy for your family or your children. And the Seven of Cups is here. Now you feel confused about that. You feel some type of way about that. It's like there's so many other options out there, but they won't pay this much money. I won't be the King of Pentacles if I leave this place. Whether the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles is the energy that people are throwing at you, which is very abundant energy, or this is actually a job we're talking about. And then we have the Six of Wands. So it feels like it's a prestigious sort of position, I want to say, where everybody's looking up to you. And so you need to be very careful with what you do. The Four of Cups is here, the Empress is in the reverse, and the Knight of Cups is here. And so this is the thing I was worried about, is that it feels like with the Empress in reverse that everybody's fake. It feels like, the Empress in reverse isn't always, but can be someone who's, if you think of all the queens that are in the reverse, right? Someone who's quite selfish, someone who is, adorns themselves on the outside, but doesn't take care of themselves on the inside, someone who has children, who isn't a very good parent, someone who is out of balance. They're not listening to their intuition. It feels like this is what you're thinking about. You're like, this is not the group that I want to be with for the long term. And so the Knight of Cups is here. We could also have people who are married, who are engaging in otherwise being flirtatious, and who are trying to set up romantic connections with the other people who are also married, but are denying their marriages, right? Or committed relationships, the Empress in the reverse. So the Four of Cups is here. I really think that you're going to be thinking about it, and I think you're going to have to go away and think about it really hard, because we've got we've got the Six of Six of Swords, and then we have the Three of Swords, which is the Nine of Swords. It puts you in a lot of worry. 4 and 3 is 9. 7. People are lying to you. I'm looking at the 6 here. That's why the 6 and the 3, right? Which is the worry here. And then we also have the 4. So the 6 and the 4 is 10, which is the release, and the 3 and the 4 is 7. And so you know that this isn't something that you can carry on with, that there's a lot of lying going on here. It's a lot of chaos. I need to move away from this. But first, I need to get my stability of the mind, 4 of Swords, because this is going to be something very disappointing. I may have to let go of the house. Yeah, 4 of Wands is in the reverse. I'm just saying. And I think you're the one that's having to take action, because the King of Wands is here on the bottom of the deck. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching, Scorpio. That was quite a wild ride. What's going on with you? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to leave this here for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'll be back. I hope you will be too. Thanks, Scorpio. Bye-bye.